Hey everyone, Once Bitten here. So we move on to Game 4 of Southern Assault 2016. I have so far have had a draw, a major loss, and a major victory. So I feel like I've just been all over the place with this list. We have I'm going against a Saurian Ancients list that I find really intriguing and fun. I was actually really looking forward to playing against it. I'll go over the list in just a second, but we're doing a diagonal deployment, obviously, and I opted to deploy first, so I deployed everything all at once. So my thinking was to put my slow-moving stuff on the right side of that house because there was a hill there, and I figured that I'd be able just to have my guys threaten that gap, to combo charge anything going there and use the hill and the inability to see over the hill to my advantage, hopefully. I wanted my bus to be able to go left or right around the house, and then on the left-hand side I have a lot of my fast stuff with the exception of my general. Now, of course, I didn't know what my opponent was going to be doing, so I just had to go with that game plan and hope it would work. So the full lists are in the video description, but basically, on the far right, my opponent has Stygiasaur. He's got his Saurian Warlord on an Alpha Carnosaur, and that is one thing that I do not... There's nothing in my army I want to face against that. He's got a Saurian Veteran on a Carnosaur, and then he's got a Skink Priest on an Ancient Taurosaur. So, going into this game, I don't know exactly what these things do, but I can guess. And Warlord on an Alpha Carnosaur sounds like it's just going to wreck face, and all those things will be formidable. He's got some warriors with spears. I didn't know it at the time, but these guys have +1 movement, plus they have the Banner of Speed, so they have +2 movement. They have the Jaguar Warrior special ruled and Banner of Speed. It's got Raptor Riders. Now, in the list that he gave me, he hand-wrote it out, and these guys were not included on the list, but there were points available for him. So this might be 10 Raptor Riders, or it might be 9 with a hero. I just don't remember. Anyway, he's got some Skink Braves, and then he's got 2 units of 5 Chameleon Skinks way off to the left. I was worried about them. In my deployment, I put some stuff way far back, my Mongrel Raiders, just to make sure that he couldn't be behind me. So I've got my Jabberwock way over here. My Centaur Chieftain's hiding. Now I know that he's going to be able to Vanguard, and then he's going to be able to march. I know I'm going to go first. So I made sure my opponent knew that because I didn't want to do anything too sneaky. But I saw an opening here that he's going to be able to Vanguard 12 and then march, whatever it is, I think 16, and then be able to shoot his bolt thrower and not get charged, I think. So I was actually kind of excited about that. There's the Chariots of my Razortusk. The view of everything else. Alright, so we Vanguard, and it looks like that at the bottom. It looks like that at the top with the Feral Hounds. So you notice I'm not ambushing with anything. Everything is just in deployment. And we go Beast Herds turn 1. So based on what my opponent was doing, I was thinking I actually kind of like this. I like my Minotaurs against his cavalry. I like that a lot. I didn't like my Giants being anywhere near his Chameleon Skinks, so they are just trotting on behind my lines. And my general, I wanted them to the right with my other Chariots. So you can see my Chariots just kind of trying to guard those gaps. Here the Giants, they're like trucking behind the lines, like nope, nowhere near the poisoned Chameleon Skinks. And yeah, here's this guy. So he's going to, with line of sight rules, he can see that Alpha Carnosaur, so he's going to do the bolt thrower at him, and it goes through and does 3 wounds. Very, very happy about that. This thing has 6 wounds, I believe, so I knew I wasn't going to kill him, but taking half the wounds off of him makes him a lot more manageable. So we go to this Saurian Ancients turn 1. Overall, the board looks like this. Let's see. His Raptor Riders charged a unit of dogs. I fled, and then they tried to charge my Minotaurs. I wasn't too worried about it, although it's always better to charge rather than be charged. But him failing the charge was absolutely huge. I loved it. He was trying to get... during my magic phase, I got a magic missile off on 1 unit. Chameleon Skinks killed 4 of them. He has 1 left. He's trying to bring him over to redirect, but he just didn't have the movement to get far enough to matter. So I'm going to be able to scoot right on by him. Actually, I'll be able to charge him, and if he flees, then just redirect. And if he doesn't flee, I can kill him and then overrun into his Raptor Riders. Either way, I'm very, very happy with that development. Let's see down here. He takes a Skink Priest and lines up so he can cast a magic missile on my guy. He's going to either kill me or not, and if he doesn't, he's going to kill me later because my guy's just going to sit around back there chucking his Impaler at that Alpha Carnosaur, and if I have to die in the process, it's worth it. And I died in the process. So you know what? Him taking 3 wounds off of the Warlord on the Ancient, I'll take it. Can't complain about that. Chameleon Skinks at the top shoot at the only thing they can shoot at, which is a unit of dogs, and kill a few, and they run. So both my Feral Hound units are booking it. We go to Beast Herds turn 2. So my Wildhorns try to charge the flank of his Saurian Warriors. I felt that he had made a mistake in giving me his flank. In hindsight, I think that I forgot that I got Swift Stride on that charge, which is funny. That it's happened a couple times now in games. With Swift Stride, I think I actually had a pretty decent chance of making that charge, and I felt that if I got that, that would just really, really cripple my opponent, because I really think I'm going to get his Raptor Riders with my Minotaurs. That'd be taking care of his block of spears, and then I just have to worry about how I'm going to handle his monstrous and monstrous beasts. Anyway, it looks like that. I'm going to back one. Hold on a second. So the Alpha Carnosaur has a rule that if he charges a large target or a monster or something like that, he gets like extra movement. And so my Jabberwock wasn't going to do any good down here against monsters. He's kind of wimp in combat. So I'm flying him up just to put some pressure on those Chameleon Skinks. Although, as you'll see, I don't know what I'm doing. He just kind of... I positioned him badly the whole game. So I don't want my dinosaurs... I don't want my giants up to where the Alpha Carnosaur can charge them, because he's just going to wreck them, and I don't want to help him get into combat with them. So I've got Chariots lined up, and I'm really playing a game of chicken down at the bottom. Like, okay, if you come up, I think I have a good chance of getting some charges on you. And with impact hits, I like my chances. And then I have giants and the Gortach to help out should I need it. Minotaurs make that. I'll easily. I don't even think we rolled that. Easily kill that thing, and then get the overrun. So he's going to be able to countercharge with his Skink Braves, and I just don't care. Don't care a bit. All right, we go to Saurian Ancients turn 2. So he countercharges with the Skink Braves. He reforms with his warriors, and then he pulls all his monsters back. I don't think he liked that game of chicken at the bottom. So it's kind of an interesting position, because if he charges his warriors to my Wildhorn unit, he's not really going to have room to put a monster in there to help. And so it's really, can he charge through that gap, and do I have anything there to allow him to charge? So there's this. After combat, yeah, we kill half the Raptor Rider unit. They flee. The Skink Braves are steadfast and they stick, so we reform the Minotaurs to chop through them. And we go to Beast Herds turn 3. So overall, it looks like this. And let's go back one. We'll talk about this. Let's see. The Jabberwock, he flew up high just so he could make an easy charge on the Chameleon Skinks, and I allowed them room just to march around me. It was the dumbest thing. I don't know what I was thinking there. I think I was worried about any of his monsters being able to see my rear and get an easy charge there, but so I didn't want to be too close to his 4 monsters sitting there. Anyway, after combat, Minotaurs chew through the Skinks. They, of course, have to pursue, and they catch them, and in the process of catching them, they capture the remaining 5 of the Raptor Riders, which was nice. We go to Saurian Ancients turn 3. So his warriors charge my block of troops. I think that his other monsters charged, and they all failed. He needed decent rolls. I think he was hoping to at least get 1 in there. So I'm sure that would have helped him. I'm a little bit nervous about that charge, because I think, he's got a magic phase to where he knows where he needs the spell. I don't have a scroll. I'm not starting steadfast, or I'm starting steadfast, but I'm not confident I'm going to remain steadfast. So I'd really rather him not blow through that unit. I did take the BSB out, as you can see at the top here, because I knew that was going to be coming, and I didn't want to risk losing him. Here at the top, this is me being stupid, really. I lined up so he can just march out of my line of sight. It was the dumbest damn thing. So they're shooting. They're putting a couple wounds in my Jabberwock. In the magic phase, he gets +1 strength and toughness off on a Saurian Ancients unit. And after the combat, I am steadfast. He only has 4 ranks, and I have 6. So, yeah, happy about that. So we go to Beast Herds turn 4, and I countercharge the heck out of that unit. Yeah. That's not where you want to be as a warrior. So starting at the top, Minotaurs made kind of a long ball charge into the flank of his Skink Priest on the, I think, Carnosaur. And I find the Jabberwock here to be within 6 inches of it. I think he's within 6. If not, certainly next turn he will be. Minotaurs, I think, are going to wreck that thing. Here's this. I mean, a Gortach in the front, a Beastlord under Razortusk Chariot, and 2 Raider Chariots in the flank. We are going that's not going to go my opponent's way. And here on the bottom, I made a long ball charge with a Chariot. I think I failed with one Chariot, and no, I only had one Chariot. I failed with the Razortusk and made it with a Chariot. And I don't think I'm going to kill him or anything, but I think I should be able to hold him up until some other help comes along. After combat, yeah, we wrecked face. They did a fair number of wounds to my Wildhorns, but it doesn't really matter. We break them, we can't run them down, and my Chariots are just kind of sitting there in awkward positions. And my Minotaurs were able to do a few wounds, but a Skink Priest and everybody stuck around. And here at the bottom, I took a wound. I don't know what it shows. I don't know if I did wounds or not, but whatever. We all stuck around down there. We go to Saurian Ancients turn 4. I had taken my Razortusk and parked it in front of his general and his veteran, and so they just charge him because there's not a whole lot else they can do. Yeah, so there's that. Skink's still shooting at my Jabberwock. He's down to 1 wound left. I misplayed him so bad this game. I don't know what I was thinking. So after combat, yeah, so the beauty of this was I won. The Minotaurs killed the Skink Priest and all that on my opponent's turn. And based on where they are, I think they did some wounds, broke them, and run them down. So because I did that on my opponent's turn, I can charge on my turn. His general overran and is where you can see him. But now I can at least countercharge on my turn. So we go to Beastlord's turn 5. I don't know why those Chariots at the bottom didn't charge. I think they couldn't do it. I think they couldn't wheel and get in there. So I only have one Chariot countercharging that Alpha Carnosaur. The good news is that impact hits go first. He's got 3 wounds on him. I'm skeptical I'm going to do 3 wounds with impact hits, but between all my attacks, I think I have a decent chance of getting them. The Minotaurs charge his veteran. I'm really confident I'm going to win that. A giant charge to help at the bottom into the Sigiosaur, helping out my Chariot. You never know what's going to happen with the giants. And we did the one combat first, and I think my Chariot impact hits killed his Alpha Carnosaur Lord. And if not, something else did. But I think I killed him just on impact hits. And as soon as that happened, my opponent's like, yeah, let's just concede. We had plenty of time left, but he's like, the Minotaurs are going to wreck face on my veteran this turn or next or whatever. The Stygiasaur at the bottom is going to die. And so I was like, yeah, I kind of agree. So got a huge win on this one. Got full 25 points, I think. Possibly 24, depending on if the 25th point was even possible. So yeah, big win for the Beastlords on this one. Really interesting list to go against with all those monsters. I really felt like I used the hill to good advantage there, to be honest. And I think I was able to get good matchups. And I hate to say that I think my opponent made mistakes. I don't know if he did or not, but I know that when he put his cavalry in front of my Minotaurs, I thought that was a good thing for me. It's possible he just didn't want this cavalry trying to match up with my Wildhorn unit, just bogging him down for a bit, so maybe that's what he was thinking. But I felt that the Minotaurs, blowing through his cavalry and then able to come into the flank and start just wrecking face on his different characters and monsters really is what made it crumble for the Saurian Ancients. Anyway, that's it. Thank you so much for watching the video. I truly hope you enjoyed it. As you know, YouTube has a variety of functions you can use to interact with videos such as this. You can like or comment on the video, you can favorite it, you can share it, and of course you can subscribe to the channel. And I encourage you to do any or all of those things as a way of interacting between viewer and producer. As always, I appreciate your patronage on the channel and wish you all the best.